Elia Rubin to serve, the freshman.
Yes, gets it down.
That was a close one. The Texas assistant coach that was sitting right on the line was ready to call that one out, but I think it's too early to use a challenge in this match.
You get 2 during the first 4 sets, and you get another one if necessary in the 5th. It skips off the tape. Bergmark saves it. And Skinner hammers it down.
Nice reaction play by Bergmark, the middle hitter. Played that ball off the tape, didn't get caught by surprise, and made a perfect pass.
Bergmark from Cal. 10 kills, hit .588 against Stanford in the 2020 season. Her mom, Heidi, a lieutenant with the San Francisco Fire Department. Jared Elliott says that she's really starting to come into her own. How about that? Sneaking that one in.
Well, they'll utilize Kip out of the back row, and usually in the serve receive, it's in the middle back, which is unusual for a right side player and opposite. They're usually hitting in the backside behind the setter, but they use her out of the middle back most of the time.
Kendall Kip, 12 kills against Texas last year. That was a sweep for the Longhorns or the Cardinal down in Austin last year. Phillips gets the point.
That one hit the scoreboard and came over the net. If that had hit the scoreboard after the dig and stayed on the same side of the net as Stanford, it would have been in play.
Stanford all time against Texas on this floor. 7-0, by the way. Cardinal would love to see history repeat itself for an 8th time. Minor to Baird. That's it to go.
Baird can sneak it through the block like she does there in the seam. She can take it sharp cross court. She has a great tip shot as well.
2-time all Pac-12. Minor, the reigning Pac-12 freshman of the year with the serve. Molly Phillips handles that one easily.
Well, they go to the backside to Phillips here, and there's a huge gap between the blockers. Bacchini just never quite got out there. On a perfect pass, with the speed that these setters run these offenses, it's so hard for a middle blocker to close the block with the outsides.
Back to Kip.
Got a piece.
Yep.
That's a very effective shot. If you can make sure you get it. She got just a touch at the top of the block. It's hard to see it's in real time, but if you miss, it makes you look like a fool when you hit it 50 feet out of bounds. But when you get a piece, that's impossible to stop.
Off the mark from Halter. 10-9, Texas still with the lead.
Kip just took a little bit off of that one, went right over the top.
Kendall Kip. Kevin Hambley, the Stanford head coach, says that she is on track for yet another All-America season. Baird serves. Back set. And they're able to save that one. Too long.
That's what I'm talking about. You miss the top there, and the ball goes 15 feet out. It doesn't look very accurate, but she was trying for one off the top of the block there.
Stanford coming off of a 5-set win at Florida a few days ago. Won the first 2, dropped the next 2, but then that wacky 5th set they were able to come away with.
Great swing. Once you establish a good line shot as an outside hitter, that just makes you so much harder to block because you can't keep the block inside a little bit and cheat a little bit. She saw that line open and she took it.
Stanford with wins over Florida. Texas with a big win over Minnesota. They handled the Gophers relatively easily in Austin. Eggleston gets the point. 12-10 Texas.
I think that's the one rotation where Eggleston's going to have to go up against Kip and Francis. And so she was effective there working it off the block and out of bounds.
Yeah, Minor can be physical, but Eggleston right there. Fleck tries to handle it and does. And Asia O'Neal stands tall.
Well, on the first set to Kip, it went wide and it blocked off her face. That one right there. Then on the second one, Kip audibled and tried to come in closer behind the setter, but that just brought her closer to O'Neal, and that moved her right into O'Neal's spot.
13-10, Texas the lead. The overpass. Texas makes them pay.
Well, so far, Texas has been pretty mistake-free, and that means Stanford's got to be that way as well, and they've just made a couple
championships before. Stanford knocking off Texas in 2016.
We go back a long way. I can remember quite a few battles with Coach Mick Haley and us, doing battle with Stanford back in the 80s and 90s. Way back in the day.
Oh, not that far back.
Way back.
The push from Rubin. Texas right there to defend. Skinner. But Kip with the response. 14-11.
Yeah, the transition game, Stanford's going to, if they can't side out right away, they're going to have to get organized with their block and defense in a hurry and be able to do some transition damage.
Kip 19 kills, 6 blocks, 6 digs against the Gators last week. Just gets over the tape. Texas can't handle it off of Fleck.
Well, finally, it's something, a mistake, from Texas' side. They were siding out at over 81% up until that timeout. That's just kind of a ridiculous side-out percentage number.
That was too long. Well, against Florida, Stanford had 21 serve errors.
Right.
And 31 hit errors. Yet they still won.
Yeah, I don't know how you win a match giving up 52 points just by missed serves and hitting errors. Pretty amazing.
Gave up 4 service aces early in that 5th set, but came back with a 10-2 run to close it out. Meanwhile, Bella Bergmark and Sage Kahaina-Torres.
Bella Bergmark, excuse me, Troy. Bella Bergmark has been a huge surprise for these guys. They knew she was pretty good. They saw some video, but they had no idea she was such a good blocker. And Jared Elliott was telling me yesterday, you'll love watching her block because he knows how much I love blocking and teaching blocking.
Well, Cammie Minor certainly has that in her toolbox, the quick one on the 2-ball.
She's gotten better this year. I've already noticed at using that setter dump. She last year wasn't real good at decisions as when to use it and where to put it, and she's improved drastically in that situation.
Had 3 kills on 4 attempts against Florida. Eggleston, Rubin right there on the back row. There's Bergmark.
Those little mistakes, little ball control plays, and that overset, that's the play you've got to be able to control and give the hitter a swing. Otherwise, those are just points that you're going to just keep falling behind.
You think Bella had a little extra hop in her step this week, facing off against Stanford, the former Cal player?
Very possibly. She's probably got a few former teammates in the crowd today.
Skinner has to play it over.
Zoe Fleck just took over that play.
And then Eggleston finished it.
Yeah, Skinner was going to reach back and try to make a play on it, and that's just a leadership of a libero who just takes charge of every little loose ball that's coming over the net. And then she made a perfect pass for it.
Got it down. Katie Baird.
That's a shot she's going to need to use more often. That deep corner, use it all. Get it over the block and take it to the very far deep corner. I have yet to see a team place a defensive player in that far cross-court corner.
Baird at 15 kills. Here's the freshman to serve, Kelly Bellardi. Freshman from LA. High school teammates with Elia Rubin. Bergmark. Puccini sets it up. Minor. To High into Torres.
With Skinner.